Lift off!
Oh, Lord.
Shut up, baby, I know it.
Roll sound. Roll camera.
Action.
The original seed for the project came together 2.5, 3 years ago. Dan and I and Andy were in a vehicle. We were in San Francisco.
I look over at Cody, and Cody had just started wearing his hair up. So he had this kind of pseudo hair horn, and he's wearing a white shirt and a red jacket. And I'm looking at him and I'm like, you kind of look like Philip Fry.
He's like, we should do a Futurama project.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on.
Good. Cut.
At first, I thought it was a little insane, like crazy, because it is.
Right away, I thought, yeah, all right, good idea, but yeah, you know, that's pretty complicated and that'll never get done. But I was wrong, basically.
I'm a huge fan of Futurama. I was one of the original fans that actually watched it when it first aired, and I just love the idea that it was smart science fiction that was also comedy, because I'm a huge comedy buff. So it's just like, what the heck, let's do it.
In the world of fan films, you've seen things like the Power Rangers, there's James Bond fan films, and Star Wars fan films.
It's hard to bring an animated world to life in a 3D world. You know, we're such big fans. We really want to see it be the best that it can be and be as authentic to it as possible. So that was
and the experiences and people that he's worked with, this team, and it's really a great team.
They try to balance that bridge between realism and cartoonism. It looks amazing. Every time, you know, because I'd be backing in and out from Chicago and stuff, and every time I'd come here, I'd be amazed at what they were able to accomplish with cardboard and stuff.
Actually, the first things we really dived into was the Planet Express ship.
So we went through many iterations of the ship to try to stay as close as we could to the cartoon. And we also had restrictions on set space. How big was our set to place the ship? The design stayed pretty true to the cartoon, though. Anybody recognizes it as the ship of Futurama.
Leo, who basically did most of the design on the ship, was the guy that I wanted to design the sets because he loved the show and he was super excited about doing it.
From a production standpoint, to have it stand out above all these other fan films, you have to do things a little different.
Lilo is a problem because nobody's ever really done a good Cyclops practically before.
The makeup itself took about 5 or 6 hours to apply. I can see a little bit through the corners when they put the eye on. I don't know if you can see in there. You can like kind of see my eyes still.
In the end, it looked really, really nice. And it's something that looks very original and very neat, you know, and you see it and you're like, oh wow, this is pretty neat. I haven't seen that before.
It was interesting being in the makeup and having to also, you know, act because you can see very little.
It's been realistic we went Fry. Now Bender, on the other hand, you have this iconic character that's a robot. He can look like anything, so why not have him look like he did in the cartoon?
Are you thinking what I'm thinking?
Huh. I didn't know Liberace owned a beer company.
You see these puppeteers while we're filming, and you know that it's fake in a sense, but Bender just still has such real characteristics that he really does just seem like Bender.
Once these puppeteers get together and sync up, he comes alive.
I'm a little more glorious here. My shiny metal ass is now in 3 dimensions. Everyone can enjoy it.
The Vasquez rock shoot was my favorite day. And so you already had that feel that it was gonna be epic.
The Zod Hellebore costume. Eric basically created this costume from scratch and it's absolutely gorgeous.
Eric had to dress about 14 or 15 models on the day, obviously making adjustments as they went.
The visual effects that we use in the show are going to be in service to the practical effects.
Awesome, looks great. Dan's approach was do as much practical as we can because it looks more authentic, it looks more real, especially with the kind of budget that we're playing with. We don't have the time or the man hours that we can put into somebody doing all of that.
But a nice mix gives you a really good sense of reality, and then it gives the CGI something to base its lighting scenario on.
As a director, Dan knows what he wants. He's got a great eye, so that's comforting. I think it's become more than his vision. It's become all of our visions because we're so involved, which is him telling us, here's my vision, join me.
Cut! Cut! Oh, that was great.
All right. Going again.
Awesome.
There's actually an energy that comes with guerrilla filmmaking where it's like
the construction, the ship, everything like that. It looks as good as anything you'd see in a professional movie, except for way lower budget with cheaper crap.
If we're gonna do this, we want the fans to be super excited about it. It's never been done, and I think we've done a pretty good job.
That was well worth the wait.